Hello, all the students.
Lim Chea.
Okay, so let me see. Today we will start our new lesson. It's level 12 social studies, Politic of Cambodian. Just for start of the Politic of Cambodian. So in here you can see Politic of Cambodian. It have 3 units, unit 1 until 3. They have one set. So the first one we start. Before we start, let me review something about why we study social. Because it is to make our decision to think it logically, right? In our daily life, in one society or in one country, especially in Cambodia, because we study about Cambodian. Okay, before we go to the politic, what is politic? What is the component in the politic in Cambodia? Just start the vocabulary first, and then we will summing up for you for the unit 1 that we're gonna study. Okay, the first one is the verb framework. You can see in the paper, framework noun, a set of belief, idea, or rule that is used as a basic for making judgment or decision. So what is framework? Framework is just like the model, right? That they do it. Okay, the reporter provide a framework for further research, the model of the further research, the frame of that. The second one is you pronounce it monarchy. It's now the system of government by a king or queen. You can say the kingdom, monarchy. A country have the monarchy, it have a prime minister. If the country that don't have the monarchy, just like in America, they call president. See, different. In here we have the monarchy, we have the king. So they call prime minister Hun Sen. See, different like this. So example, there are several constitutional monarchy in Europe. In Europe, a lot of monarchy. The third one is enact. That means to pass the law. The law have to be enacted before they do it something. Example, legislation enacted by the parliament. And the fourth one is executive. Now, the part of the government responsible for putting law into effect. Executive just like the carrier. They let the law to do it. They do it, they practice, they are the practitioner. Example, conservative are by tradition believe that in a strong executive. In Khmer we call it the practitioner. And legislative, connected with the law, the act of making and passing the law, and can say law making. Just like in Cambodian, King Norodom Sihanouk, the past, right? He led request to make the law to let the gay marry until nowadays. Gay marry because of King Norodom Sihanouk, he request to making to the legislative to make that law. Example in here, Parliament have legislative power. Parliament, Principe, have the legislative power to make new law. Upon, in here, preposition. In here, number 6, it the same meaning as on, the same as on. But we use it not the same again and again. We use it upon. Example, the decision was based upon 2 considerations. Was based on the same. Version number 7. Now, a form of something that is slightly different from an earlier one. Just like update, right? It have, nowadays it have like a Samsung or Galaxy or iPhone, right? Version of the iPhone now 15 3.3, right? And then we update. If it comes to 14, it will be 15 or 16, right? This update like this version. Example, this amendment version of the bill went to the Senate. Okay, another one is cabinet. Now, a group of senior members of government that is responsible for advising and deciding on government policy. It's a senior of official government in here, in Khmer, working in there. Example, the cabinet meeting is scheduled on 2 p.m. tomorrow. And nearly done for. Number 9, we call it bicameral, right? Not by here, bicameral. Having two main parts, two parts. Example, Cambodian have bicameral parliament. We have bicameral parliament. Okay. And the last one, proportional. Adjective is corresponding in size or amount of something that means similar size, right? Some amount. Example, the punishment should be proportional to the crime. Okay, that's all for vocabulary today. So I will review summing up about what is in political of Cambodian on page 2 to 4. That means the summary of that. Then you will go to the text, do the text, and you can get it very, very clear. Okay, the first one, let's see. Politic of Cambodian. The politics of Cambodian take place in framework of constitutional monarchy, right? Under monarchy, because we have the king, but don't have the queen, right, in here. And prime minister is the head of the government, and the monarchy is the head of the state, right? It's different in here because we have two, king and prime minister. Executive power is exercised by the government. Executive power is that part, right? That was practiced by the government, right? He do something, whatever, that made the law effective, made the citizen obey the law. And Prime Minister of Cambodian is representative from ruling party, which is appointed by the king on recommendation of President of the National Assembly. Okay, the Prime Minister ruling there the National Assembly, right? He ruling there. And executive branch, Nite Politic, right? Executive. So executive power have two parliament. The National Assembly appear and the Senate appear. In here we have two parts of there. And National Assembly has power to dismiss the Prime Minister and his government by 2/3 of no confidence. The government, the Prime Minister, can be disposed or expelled from their power by 2/3 of the parliament that they vote in there, right? Okay, and some like Akek Moha Punyi Chakray Hay Sumran nowadays is the President of National Assembly, and he can dismiss the Prime Minister by 2/3 part that can dismiss for the law of Cambodian. And legislative branch, right? That, we can say lawmaking. The National Assembly Rotsapir have 125 members elected for 5-year term. So one term expire for 5 years and then they will elect again. That's why our Cambodian have an election, right? 5 years. And the Senate Rotsapir have 62 members, only 62, and the member of this house have 6-year term, longer gap than National Assembly, can say Rotsapir. The first Senate session was held on March 25th, 1999. Just start from there. And the fourth and current Senate was inaugurated by the King Lim Chea on April 23rd, 2018. And just start from that day, the King. And the President of the Senate is some like people in Pekadai Chai Song, Senate nowadays. And the National Assembly is some like Hay Sumran. Okay, so that's all for my summary and for lesson today. Okay, thank you.